Welcome back to the Wins and Losses podcast, starting first episode of season 2. I'm Evan Winkler with my main man, Joey Lockapo. How's it going, buddy?
Good. How you doing, man?
Man, it's been a while.
It has been a while. Last time we talked, I think the World Cup was on.
It was, yes, totally. So lots happened since then. We got some football. All college football teams are in camp. We got some teams a week away from playing. We got Michigan 15 days from playing. We got NFL teams all in camp. Preseason's already started, so we are in football mode. We are super excited. We can't wait to start talking about what could happen in this college football season, especially with our Wolverines. And, so what are you excited about? You good summer? Ready to get going here?
Great summer. Super busy. And personally, my daughter went to state for softball. My son was playing baseball, did pretty good in districts. Then my family went down south. We've been just super busy, and I do apologize that we've been gone for so long. I know we kind of said we were going to continue on, but life gets the best of you sometimes. Yeah, going to continue on with the super busyness. I have one daughter playing volleyball, the other one playing football. The other son playing football.
School starting. We got
one starting driver's ed. So it's going to be super busy.
Yeah.
But we promise we're going to come to you weekly and give you our thoughts, our feedback, our prognostications, whatever you want to call them. We're going to keep it going with season 2 here, Wins and Losses podcast. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube or follow us on Spotify. We're going to have it on both platforms. Please tell your friends about it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as we enjoy putting it on for you. So, I'm super excited to jump back in. Looking at the college polls this year, the AP poll has number 1 team in the country for what you put into polls. We
know how Joey feels about polls.
The Buckeyes. Ohio State. Number 2 is Oregon. 3, the Dogs of Georgia. 4 is the Irish, Notre Dame. 5 is Texas. 6 is the defending national champion Indiana Hoosiers. 7 is the Miami Hurricanes. 8 is Texas A&M Aggies. 9 is Ole Miss Rebels. And 10 is the Oklahoma Sooners.
So every year, I swear, Ohio State's always ranked number 1 in that preseason poll.
They can be ranked number 1 all season long, but ultimately, it's what you are at the end and not the beginning. So,
right. They still have to play the Wolverines.
That last game of the year.
And they're so scared they had to remove their senior day to the first game of the season till the last game of the season.
I saw that. I guess it must have been too much of a distraction for them to win against the Wolverines on their senior day.
We are so in their heads. So they even beat us last year.
So they're going to have senior day against, who do they play their first game? Like North Texas or somebody?
I think School of the Blind or something. Ohio School of the Blind or something. I don't know.
God.
They gotta make sure they can focus in. They can't even sleep right now. I mean, it's August. We don't play Michigan until November. They still are messing with them.
Thanksgiving weekend, high noon.
I think they're scared of Coach Witt and the boys, huh?
We'll see you at the
Jay
shoe,
Hill.
man. I tell you, I think
Beck.
People are sleeping on our boys this year, coming in at number 16, which I love. I love being middle of the pack.
Me too.
Middle of the team.
Chip on her shoulder.
Nobody talking about you. The one thing that people have gotten right, and I know all of you Michigan fans have heard it, their schedule is brutal this year.
Schedule's very brutal.
We have some brutal games, starting with the second game of the year with the Sooners coming to the Big House. I think it's really all kind of weighing on that game, the direction of our season. It's going to be tough. Coach Witt, new system, new motto, new energy coming into that clubhouse.
Speaking of Coach Witt, what are you hearing from camp so far? What's your thoughts?
He's liking what he sees.
What do you like the coaching staff? I've heard a lot of stuff from the coaches.
I've been hearing that Michigan has never been as well conditioned at the beginning of the year
as
they are now. They're coming in shape.
And they look strong. They look like they've been in the weight room.
They're bigger, faster, stronger. I'm hearing Bryce has matured a lot. He settled his feet down in the pocket. I think having that true dedicated quarterback.
Sounds like a workaholic, too. He's been in the film room. He's been on the field. He's been doing everything he can.
Well, he got nominated. He's one of the 4 boys that are captains this year. I think he's going to definitely take a step up and be a leader of this team, as he needs to. As a quarterback, I feel like you have to be a leader of the team. You know, him and Jordan Marshall, Trey Pierce, and Rod Moore are the four captains this year, and I think all of them are pretty deserving. They've all kind of proven themselves. And
what I've really liked from the coaches, I just feel like I like their nonsense attitudes. You know, like, hey, one game at a time.
Yep.
Let's bring it.
They're not even.
They just think it seems like they just want to play to our strengths. Sounds like we got some great depth on defense. Jay Hill's like, this is one of the best defenses I've coached before. Back, you know, they just keep saying we're going to play to our players' strengths. You know, we're not going to create some system. We're going to play to our quarterback's strengths, which I think last year that was not the case.
No.
I think that was the biggest problem with Michigan was we didn't let Bryce just be Bryce. I know he was 17, turned 18. He's a really young guy.
19 now.
With no quarterback coach last year. So he's got a quarterback coach. He's got an offensive coordinator that took Utah to the #1 offense last year.
Yeah. No.
So I feel really good about him. They just feel like football guys. They seem like people that are coaching and are going to make people better.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that's you can just see that they're just no nonsense guys.
You know, no matter how you want to put it, Kyle Whittingham is a Hall of Fame coach. I mean, you can love Michigan, you can hate Michigan, but you can't deny that he's a good coach.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to admit we literally fell into that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know if he was on anybody's radar of ever coming to Michigan, but I'm so grateful and so glad that he did. I think he's going to be a perfect fit. He might have nothing to do with the University of Michigan, but he is a Bo Schembechler type of guy. He is a grind and grit.
Schembechler, Harbaugh. I mean, he's just kind of like the same mold, right? They just love football.
Good old-fashioned football, smash-mouth football. And
Discipline, accountability.
You know, and you look at it, how did Michigan win in 2023? Yeah. They were tough on the line. They ran the ball. They
stronger than you. Finished
very
games.
Disciplined. No penalties. I mean, that's what we're looking at with Witt. Can these players perform like they did in 2023? That's to be seen. But, you know, honest to God, the whole mantra, the whole attitude, the whole feeling in that Schembechler Hall is, you know, we're in a good place right now. We're in a real good place. I'm really excited for what's to come. The schedule scares me, but it should.
Yeah, and I think one of these episodes we're gonna have to break down that schedule game by game for sure. Because I think Michigan has probably one of the toughest schedules. I think that's some of the reason why they're down at 16 in the rankings because. In a way, like you got those 4 or 5 games that are just like
you beat Oklahoma.
How do you get through that gauntlet? I think we talked about that with Oklahoma last year, right? I mean, they just had the gauntlet of gauntlets. And it all depends on.
They maneuvered it at 10-2, and they got in. I truly feel if Michigan's 10-2, they're a lock for the playoff with that schedule.
And 3's close if they get some good. It depends on who they lose to and who they win.
It's the right combo, you know. But yeah, no. So you know, I'm feeling pretty good about Michigan. I do think that Oklahoma game, of course, game 2. We beat Oklahoma, we're right in the top 10. They put us in a spot where they could move us up very easily or they could get us out very easily.
Is there any position group or that you're kind of excited about on offense, defense, or
running
what are you hearing?
Running backs. I've heard lots and lots and lots about Savion Hyder. But he is the freshman.
Looks like a man.
Extraordinaire that's supposed to come in there. I hope to gosh, he's not a Derek Green kind of failure, I guess. I hope he's Blake Corum clone.
I mean, freshman, he's already number 2 on the depth chart.
Yeah, no, he's actually. Did you hear he's on special teams? He'll be returning kicks.
Oh, nice.
Him and JJ, or who else is it?
Cusdall or no?
No, Andrew Marsh are going to be running back kicks. So that'll be interesting.
Well,
2 big dogs running.
Yeah, that running back group really is exciting to me. I'm really hoping this year our line is a Michigan line. I know they were. Were they runner up or they did it? We're kind of for the Moore Road, but I feel like last year we weren't as consistent enough. So.
We were in I think the final 10, in the running, but we always
got
have
a lot of guys back. I think we look deep this year because we're more experienced.
It all comes down to health. We definitely are 8 deep on the line, so it's like we could even be a little nicked up and be okay. I heard Andrew Babaloa has been out with just nagging injuries.
Nagging some stuff.
But the starters are going to be Link and Sprague and Efobi.
What was the other guy? I did see the list. But we can get some more of that depth chart later.
Yeah, no.
But we had that wide receiver group looks pretty good too. Sounds like we have some more depth there this year.
Jake Jarnera.
Jake Jarnera.
There's one.
Yes,
and
that's
Sprague,
what I was thinking of, actually.
And Sprague.
Yeah.
There you go. There, I got them all.
That position group, I mean, I feel like we have some athletes now, more than one wide receiver. Like, I feel like the last couple of years we've had one guy. Marsh was the guy. We got Marsh. We got
Buchanan. Jamie French, JJ Buchanan.
Yeah.
And then Celeste Moa is going to be there.
Yeah, I feel like we have
the little Bill, Ronnie Bell's brother's there as well.
Yeah.
Kendrick Bell's.
Is that who's the freshman wide receiver?
Moa.
Yeah, that's who they've really talked pretty highly of him.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Sounds like our secondary is super deep. So that's going to be a strength of ours, I think, for sure. The secondary, we got a lot of turn with Hill back. We got
Rod Moore coming back. Yeah.
Rob Moore is coming back.
I heard he's on limited snaps though. He's still kind of nursing that.
Barry's back.
Zeke Barry, sure.
And we just have something. I mean, there's a transfer came in that's doing well. So I think we have some depth there. The one group that I just don't know a lot about is the linebacker group. 'Cause we lost a lot of guys, and even I was a little concerned about the defensive line, but we got with Daly there,
Trey Pierce, captain,
and Trey Pierce, those two. So I feel like maybe we have some good. Hopefully, we have some depth there because I think when we're really good is when we can rotate 8 guys.
I've been hearing comparisons John Henry Daly to Aiden Hutchinson.
Really?
Actually, so I mean that if you have to be compared to somebody, it's a good
That's
guy
to
be
compared to.
So yeah, no, I'm feeling actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I heard Cam Brandt at linebackers a real standout. Also number 44, his name is slipping me. Maybe it's Troy Bowles. He's also been standing out at linebacker, but I don't think we're going to be very I think we are going to play like a 4-2-5 maybe.
Yeah, so we're playing 2 linebackers.
2 linebackers, so it's like
and have all those guys in the secondary. Yeah. So it feels like we're getting some good news out of fall camp. Obviously, everyone has good energy right now.
Sure.
You're excited getting back on the football field. You don't get a lot from we watched the Big Ten. When they visited Michigan, they just it's all coach speak.
Yeah.
They're saying the right stuff. They're not giving us many details. So I'm just excited to see them in 15 days on the field to finally get them rocking. But
under the lights
versus
against those
Broncos.
MAC champion Broncos. Those defending MAC champions.
I just feel like Michigan has so much nasty energy. They just want to get after it. I think they're ready to play. I think after last year and just all the stuff that happened in the offseason, I think Michigan's ready to let's buckle them up.
Let's see if we
spot
can,
the ball and let's hit some people.
Let's see if we can blow the doors off.
Yeah, I'll take 75-0. I mean I'm good with that.
The line is 27 right now, so somebody's thinking something.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Let's let them fly. Well, let's get into this the top 25. I think that comes out. Obviously, we know how polls are. I mean, we know Joey's feelings. He could talk for the next hour on early polls. But I think a lot of it is obviously we got some early hot matchups. And last year, I think they wanted those rankings pretty high, so it looked good for TV that first game.
They did the same thing this year. Yeah.
So we had, I think last year we picked a lot of people were high on Penn State.
And they were high on Clemson too.
Clemson, both teams. I think Clemson I might have actually picked last year to win it all. Yeah. So I think when we look at this, the top 25, top 10 here even. What teams are in here are teams that you can say it either way. 5 teams that you would say either belong, they're for real, or they're not. They're not going to be in the top 10 when season's over.
How about 2? 5 is tough.
Five, so they could be they're in it or no.
Yeah. Well, I do.
You give it some, I'll help you with that list.
I think I'll just start up top and say Ohio State, and boy, am I going to get some. Might get some hate, might get some love. I don't know. The Buckeyes' schedule is equally as brutal as Michigan's. For as much as everybody loves them, and they've come in preseason number 1, they got to go to Austin week 2, which is a game that I feel like Sarkisian is coaching pretty much for his job. They have to win that. Texas has to win that game. If Ohio State starts out 1-1. Where's the trajectory of that season? They got to go to Oregon. They got to play the Hoosiers in Bloomington. Yep. Oregon goes to them. So they got to play Oregon at home. They got to go to the Hoosiers. I think they have to go to USC, which that trip out west, we know what it does to it did us in last year at USC.
Yeah.
And I believe they have to play Washington too. I could very easily see the Buckeyes with 3 losses before they even go in to play Michigan, and I really like Michigan in that game. So who knows? The Buckeyes could be overrated. The Ducks, I mean, you're talking schedules again. I mean, they got to play The Hoosiers, they got to play the Wolverines. They got to play the Buckeyes. They got to play the Dogs. They got to go to Washington and play, which is a very tough place to play. And then you get in with the Georgia and the SEC schedule, and Texas with the SEC. The only team that I could see as being a lock, and it breaks my heart to say this, is Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's schedule is Charmin soft. I think they have 3 games that they're playing at BYU, which is okay. Yeah. Miami at home, which is going to be a good game, but it's in South Bend in November, which is favoring the Irish.
When I think of Notre Dame too, I feel like they have the talent. I think they got that revenge factor. It's kind of like when Michigan lost. They were all like, "Hey, they're focused on it." I'm sure they were focused in the offseason. Carr, no one can say he's going to have a great season.
He's a Michigan man.
There's no doubt. He's got Michigan blood flowing through those veins. So he's going to be great for the Irish. It pains me to say, too, I think if I look in the top 10 or even top 25, that's a team that's going to stay. I think they'll be in the top 5 all year. I think they might even have the number 1 ranking for maybe the majority of the season, especially if they beat Miami.
Yeah.
That's the game.
They're going to most likely go undefeated.
So that's a for real team for me. I feel like Oklahoma's not going to finish the top 10.
Nope.
I mean, I know they're 10, but I don't think they're going to finish there. I do think Texas is going to bounce back and have a little bit better season this year, so I think they'll stay in the top 10.
I agree.
So I think they'll be there. Georgia, I think they'll have a good year. They got the quarterback back. I know they do have a tough conference, but I think they'll run the conference again. So there's 4 teams right there for I got some. So I guess another team that I don't know about. I don't feel comfortable with Ole Miss, and I think Ohio State's not as good either.
Say the other one.
Man, I can't go against Cincinnati yet. He always gets it done. I just don't know yet.
IU is a pretender. Put that on your bulletin board, Coach Sig. I think IU is going to take a step back. They caught lightning in a bottle last year. Everything was the perfect storm. Cignetti was a good coach. Mendoza fell into the perfect situation.
He did.
They pulled 2 games literally out of the fire at Iowa and at Penn State, and really that Big Ten championship against Ohio State. Can they do that 2 years in a row? That's tough. That's a big ask. And I'm not trying to knock IU fans or knock IU, but it's just like, be happy with your championship last year. I don't see it happening this year. You might make the playoff. You might.
Right.
But if I were you,
it's going to be harder for them.
I'd be looking at that October 24th game coming to Ann Arbor because you're going to get knocked out that game. Michigan's winning that game. I'm picking it now.
I think
right now.
What do you think's the key with that team? It's what's going to make or break that team?
Well, it's just
if they're going to be good or not good.
It's fit. They have the studs. They have a bunch.
I kind of feel like it all comes down to the quarterback.
Yeah, Hoover. Yeah, does Hoover fit?
Yeah, because I feel like they got other coaches there. So I think the coaching wise, I think that they're good at developing players. Hopefully they mesh together. But I think it all comes down to that quarterback. Because the year before, when they didn't get Mendoza, the year before that, they had a guy.
Curtis Rourke.
He just couldn't make the big plays during the big games, so they lost some. That's why they got killed by Notre Dame in some of those games. So. I think that is huge for them if that quarterback can do it or not. Bryce had a great season. We were 9-3, but he makes a few more of those throws. We're 11-1. Yeah. Right. So I think a lot of it. I think they got the guys, they got the dudes. They're not very deep, so I think injuries could play a factor there too. But when I also look at the rest of this top 25, I feel like Clemson is going to be in the top 25 at the end of the year. I think they're going to maybe bounce back a little bit.
Wow.
Yep. Good. I kind of feel I think Alabama's not going to be in the top 25. That's going to be my big
They might be top 25, but lower tier.
It's going to be lower.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I think USC is going to have a good year. I think they could be a little surprised, a little sneaky.
Yeah.
Trojans.
I agree.
I think that they could be a surprise team that gets in that top 10 that's not in the top 10.
I don't think they're going to surprise anybody. I think they have a brutal schedule, but their toughest games are at home. Yeah. They play the Buckeyes at home. They play the Ducks at home. Michigan doesn't have to play them this year, but it's just like, I like USC, and I think Lincoln Riley's coaching for his job. I think if USC has another year where they gotta get the
playoffs.
Yeah, if they don't make the playoff, I think they're looking for a new coach.
How do you feel about Florida State?
I think Mike Norvell.
Because he's on. I feel like they got to have a good year.
He has the hottest of hot seats. Yeah. So, but the thing that FSU has going for it is the conference is not very strong. Yeah. Miami's going to run that conference, but if FSU could beat SMU, beat a maybe a not so great North Carolina team or Virginia or Duke.
Yep.
I mean, they could Clemson if they're on their schedule. I don't know their schedule, to be honest with you.
Right.
But he's definitely coaching for his job. His seat is hot now. They could be like a James Franklin situation. Like if they don't win their first couple of games,
Right.
they're gonna just get rid of them now.
It's not looking good. I think Oklahoma's coach also has, even though he signed a 1-year extension, I think that he has to have another good year.
Venables?
I kind of feel like
Really?
he does. I feel like let's say, because
Wow.
let's say he loses 4 games or 5 games after and not making the playoffs.
They made
this
the
year.
playoffs last year.
But if he doesn't this year, that could be
Yeah.
like, hey, like we expect to be in the playoffs. every year.
I think losing 4 games after coming. I mean, you got to look in the SEC and in the Big Ten.
It's tough.
Losing 4 games could be losing to Georgia, Texas, A&M, and Ole Miss.
Yeah.
4 games in the top 9. I mean, it's
Speaking of, how do you feel about Ole Miss though?
no, they're a pretender. I
kinda
think
feel like that,
they're
too.
going to take a step back, and that's not saying
Great quarterback.
Yeah, great quarterback. That's not saying Pete Golding's not a good coach. That's not saying Lane was a great coach.
Yeah.
I just think they had a good situation last year. But I tell you what, that 3rd game of the year when the LSU comes to town, that might be the
That's
game.
gonna be wild.
That might be the game of the year.
Kiffin's going to need lots of security.
Yeah,
Let's put it that way.
Oh my God!
You better hope.
You better
He's
have
got-
mute on your TV if you don't like bad words.
So speaking of, how are you feeling about LSU? Like, where are you at with them? I'm not really sure. I feel like I don't know. I feel like they could or don't.
They had boys coming in.
There's pressure on him though. I think he's got to make the
A
playoffs.
lot of pressure. But do you honestly feel Lane Kiffin actually ever feels pressure?
Yeah, no.
Some of the stupid stuff he says and does. I just think he does what he wants. I think they have the dudes. They have the Jimmies and the Joes, but do
Yeah.
they have the X's and the O's? It's like they got the guys.
How about the leaders and the dogs?
The
They got
leaders
those?
and the dogs? That's Michigan.
I don't think they got dogs.
Leaders and
I
the
don't think they got any
best.
dogs.
We got
Come
lead
on.
dog Bryce.
You got the dogs.
But no, LSU, they got the guys, they got the athletes. I do think the SEC's a gauntlet again, just like the Big Ten.
Big Ten's gonna be tough.
You got Georgia, you got Texas, you got A&M, you got Oklahoma. I mean, come on, man. Where does it let up for Lane
Yeah.
the Lane train? So I mean, they could. Oh, and Bama, of course, the
Yeah.
second week in November or whatever. I mean.
So another team on this list that I'm looking at too is, does Miami, do they stay
Yeah.
as a dog from now on?
Yeah. No, I think
does he got him back to national respect? And they're gonna be the playoffs
it's
pretty much every year.
Really funny we talk about quarterbacks when we talk about Josh Hoover and Fit in Indiana. I think Darian Menza coming to Florida to fill Carson Beck's shoes. How will he fit? If he fits, they have 2 of the best receivers in the country, and Malachi Toney and the other.
How's that
kid.
defense looking? They lost those studs.
Yeah,
those guys were
Messidor. I
studs.
think they just reload. I think they got some good
Those guys
transfer.
were insane last year.
I tell you
Literally
what,
insane.
that game in South Bend on November 7th could very well be like a national championship
It
type
could
game.
be.
Man.
You could have 1 and 2. I don't know what their schedule looks like before that, but Notre Dame could be literally number 1.
Miami's schedule looks pretty soft, and I tell you what, that game in South Bend on November 7th could be the game of the year, and Michigan's got a lot of them. Ohio State's got a lot of it.
Yeah.
Texas, but I tell you what, that game could be for really all the marbles because Notre Dame cannot afford to lose one of those 3 games,
Agreed.
let alone 2. So we'll see about the Canes.
So is BYU maybe that team in the Big 12, or we're not totally sure? I mean,
Could be.
It's hard to know with that conference.
Big
really.
12 is tough. You got Texas Tech, but they had
SMU.
all,
SMU's in the ACC, aren't they?
Yeah, Texas Tech had all that drama with that Sorsby and all that gambling implications. So I don't even know who they got for quarterback, but everybody's speaking real highly of Texas Tech. So could be Texas Tech's to lose. I think BYU is going to play well. I think that game in Provo when the Irish come in. That could be
Another
the game
big
of the
one.
decade for
I
them, I mean, they could
2
rise
teams
up.
that were right on the outskirts of the playoff last year.
Sure.
So the last team, real quick, how about Texas A&M? Where are you feeling like them in this top 10 here right now?
I am probably as clueless about Texas
I agree.
A&M as anybody on that list. Only for the simple fact is, did they catch lightning in the ball? You look at
I agree.
Marcel Reed, their receiver or their quarterback.
It's like these last couple teams here, like A&M, Old Miss, OU, like they almost could really jump down. You know what
See,
I mean? Like,
I look at USC, Michigan, Washington, Penn State. They're all Big Ten, but 14 through 18, you could really flip flop any of those teams because it could end up in any order. Another question mark team is Penn State. What is it? Matt Campbell.
What are they going to look like?
You know, because, I mean, they are Penn State. It's not that they don't have guys. You know, I mean, they got guys. But what's going to happen? Their schedule's pretty soft. But they come to Ann Arbor on the 17th of October. I know it's circled. It's homecoming. So we'll see, Matt Campbell, what you got.
Yeah. Well, I think as we kind of wrap up here, I think we'll probably next week we'll pick our teams for the conference. Who's going to win the conferences?
Well,
maybe the top 16 for the playoffs. Maybe next week, and maybe pick who might win it all. Maybe after that we'll get some schedule breakdown of Michigan. But any kind of final thoughts on the top 25 or Michigan?
No. Well, I mean, obviously, I could talk for hours.
I think Michigan, like right now, they're ranking.
It's a good ranking.
I think that's a good ranking. I feel like that's fair. I think they're going to kind of be hovering in this bottom part, possibly just because of their schedule. If they beat Oklahoma, they're going to jump
10.
up.
They lose to Oklahoma, they won't drop out, but they'll drop down.
Right, they'll drop down some, and then it all depends on Then you got the rest of the schedule.
Well, we got Iowa week 4, and then after that we got Penn State, and after that we got Indiana, and then after that we got Oregon, and after that we got Ohio State. So it's like.
So I don't see them going undefeated. I definitely see them losing a couple. I think 2 seems. They can lose 2 out of that schedule would be awesome. Yeah. And I think you see them pretty high up. We got 16 teams in the playoffs, so we get 4 more than we got last year.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's good. But the Cubbies are doing pretty good.
I think it's 12-team playoff this year.
Is it 12 again one more time?
It's still 12, I think. Yeah.
Is it 12? Man, we got to check that out. Maybe it is 12.
Yeah.
I thought they extended it to 16 this year. Maybe that's for the next year.
I think next year.
Because they're trying to decide if it's 16 or 24, aren't they?
Right.
Yeah. How about your Cubbies?
Cubbies looking good in the wild card. We got to catch those Brewers, man. I tell you, we got hot and
Brewers are good.
Won those 2 walk-offs against the White Sox earlier in the week. And we're like, we're going to pick up some games on Milwaukee. And Milwaukee keeps on winning.
How about your MVP candidate, man?
Oh, my God. MVP, you mean?
Yeah,
Pete
that guy is
something. PCA. He's lighting it up.
Yeah, he is.
He's lighting it up.
Hey, as long as the Dodgers don't win. Yeah. The very evil empire.
It is the evil.
You get Scooble? Are you kidding me?
I'd like to see the Dodgers and the Brewers play each other because then one of them will knock each other.
Yeah, totally.
And then the Cubs can swoop in and get to the World Series. Yeah.
Still hoping my Tigers will find a way. They're just right there.
Only a game and a half out in the wild card. You know, the thing is they were really closing in on the White Sox, and they had a home series. They
got swept by them, didn't
they? Home series against the White Sox, and boy, we got swept by the Sox.
That wasn't very good.
Sitting 5.5 back in the division, but only 1.5 back in the wild card. So we still got a shot. You know, it's funny they're playing a lot better after Scooble, and
they are. They still got some good pitchers that are pitching pretty well.
You know, Farmer Valdez, and you know, I think they're doing fine. I think they're in good shape. Even their schedule, we do play the Rays and the Dodgers. Yeah. So if we can win 2 out of 3 in both those series, after that it lets up, and we play a lot of division games against Cleveland and the White Sox, and the Twins. Yeah. So those are going to be big series coming up. So the Tigers got meaningful games coming up, but the Cubbies just. Hold steady, Cubbies.
They're doing good.
Can do it. So
let's keep it up. But yeah, we'll get some NFL news later. College football is getting a little closer, so we're going to talk about them mainly today. So we'll get to some NFL news maybe next time.
Sounds good.
So it's been great. Back to everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Remember, please subscribe on YouTube.
Tell your friends about us, man. Hopefully you enjoy us. You know, I was out golfing a couple weeks ago, and kid behind me.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, a kid behind me golfing and said, hey, listen to your podcast. So at least we know somebody's listening.
Joey was like at 3 under at that time. Yeah. Getting ready to hit some more birdies. You know,
he's setting course records, right?
No. Yeah. Tell you what, when he zones in, baby, Iceman. Ice in those veins.
Locking in on those putts.
Totally. Yeah, it's been a great summer. 2 out we didn't get more golfing in.
Yeah, we'll get a couple more days.
Yeah, we got your kids out there, though, a little bit.
I do.
You got a son now loving golf, so that's good.
He is loving golf.
That's a good thing. So, hey, until next time.
All right, sounds good. It's good seeing everybody, and welcome back. Until next time, go Blue.